I don't know. It's just flaccid and burnt and just kind of
flaccid and burnt.
Yeah.
Those are the first two words you want to use.
I don't know how something can be floppy but yet burnt at the same time.
Okay. Okay. We gotta. Okay. Flaccid and burnt. All right, I'm getting fired up right off the grip. Okay, hi, welcome back to the Packy Rum Podcast. My name is AJ. My pizza takes are better than Dan's La Gambina.
And I am Dan. I guess I'm North Shore trash now. Mayot.
Well, no need to put it off. We've got hot takes. We were talking a little bit earlier today. As I pick my dog's fur off of my microphone, that's interesting. Okay, we'll get into that as well. Everybody in the sound of my voice, the state of Massachusetts is one of the great pizza states in this country.
Sure,
It is a driving force behind pizza culture. Think what you want about Dave Portnoy from Barstool, or about your regional pizza chains, or how a lot of people in America are misguided and think that the pizza capital of the United States is New York. I'm not saying that Boston and Massachusetts in general is the pizza capital of the world. Mm-hmm. What I am saying is that there are two very distinct and fantastic pizza styles that come out of the state of Massachusetts, and that is Boston style pizzas, which borrow from the New York style and the New Haven style to create slightly their own thing.
Sure.
And there is a delicacy that is referred to as a South Shore bar pizza. And my compatriot here, my podcast partner for the time being, thinks that because he knows about a different Massachusetts delicacy, the North Shore roast beef sandwich, he thinks that he can infringe on the integrity of the South Shore bar pizza, and this, dear listeners, cannot stand. Dan, the defense rests. You may make your case.
Okay, I will say this: I haven't had good South Shore bar pizza yet. Keyword yet. I'm willing to keep giving it a chance, but in the times that I've had it, I've just been disappointed by it. There's a couple places up in Boston that do that style of pizza, and I'm just like, meh. I'm just like, it lacks something to me.
Now,
it's like undercooked and burnt at the same time. I don't know how they accomplished that. It's a magnificent achievement. But wow, I don't know how you could fuck up that much. I don't know.
I will say two things. One, wherever you went, where it managed to be undercooked and burnt at the same time is a miraculous feat of engineering that do you care to name the place where you
here's the thing. I like this place. I like it a lot. Their beer is fantastic. I love it.
But the pizza, not so much.
Pizza, not so much. I'm not going to name the place, I think. I just decided. But they have two different locations. There's one in Braintree, and then there's one down the street from me in Alston. I'm just disappointed because they had really good food, and then that it was like a food truck service, and like they shut down. So it was replaced by this pizza place, and I was just like, oh, I'll give it a whirl. And then like the two times I had it, I was just like, meh.
So, for those that don't know, a South Shore bar pizza it's essentially a Greek style pizza mixed with a like pan pizza. So you're not supposed to have like much of a crust that you can really grab onto. The cheese and sauce goes almost entirely all the way to the end.
Right.
And the way that I always describe it to people is that pizza is, in general, no matter what style of pizza you get, for the most part, pizza is a meal.
Right.
You're ordering a pizza because that's what you're going to eat. And a bar pizza is a snack. A bar pizza is a thing that you order to be an appetizer, to be shareable, or if you order one for yourself, you can make it a meal, but you're eating the entire thing. It used to be one of my favorite things. There was a place in BR's in Halifax, Massachusetts, and BR's did what, in my opinion, is the perfect bar style pizza. You would ask for it to be well done so that there would be like that little bit of like carbon kind of almost burnt thing going on with the cheese. And it's like a sweet sauce, but you get all the salt from the cheese. And if you're going to a good place, they salt the dough correctly, which is always one of my biggest things when it comes to eating pizza. And a bar pizza, I would consume an entire one at 4 o'clock when I'd come home from school. And I would still be able to eat whatever my mother cooked for dinner that night.
Sir, that's called... when you're a teenager, your metabolism just doesn't matter. You can eat.
I don't want to talk about the fact that both of us have admitted that our metabolisms are slowing down.
Dude, mine has slowed the fuck down. That's a meal for me now.
It would. I'd probably be down for the count if I tried to kill a bar pizza right now. I could definitely still destroy one. And I'd probably be asleep about 30 minutes later. I think just trying to digest it would be all of the energy that my body could spend.
That's totally fair. AJ alluded...
Listen,
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, it's a miracle. For those of you that don't know, Dan and I got to see each other last week, and Dan cooked a fantastic dinner before we did our fantasy football draft, and I think it's a miracle that I didn't fall asleep at that kitchen island after those steak tips. It's been a steak tips and seltzer summer, and my best friend provided as I was in the state of Massachusetts.
That's all I've been consuming this summer, just steak tips. I got like some Stop and Shop seltzer. I've been a Stop and Shop guy lately. Which
they call it Giant down here, which always throws me off. But all the branding and the icons and like everything is the same, but they call it Giant. They don't call it Stop and Shop.
I used to be at Trader Joe's, and then I was just like, I would look at I would go to checkout, see my receipt at the end. It's always $100, and I'm like, I look at all my stuff. I'm like, what did I spend? Like, what? Like, what? How is this $100? And then I go to Stop and Shop, and I spend like, I've gotten really good at shopping the sales. So like, if I see like,
well, it's also in your blood as a former grocery store employee.
Oh yeah,
you know what's going on.
Oh yeah. So if I see like, I remember this happened like 2 weeks ago. I think it was 3 weeks ago. Like, I was looking at the meat, and I was like, oh, steak tips for sale. Like, I'm going to buy them. Like, I'm going to get those because it was like, I think it was like $5 a pound or something. It was like some crazy deal, something pretty good.
Were they pre-marinated or?
They weren't marinated yet, but like I could cut them up and like marinate them, and I have like steak tip like marinade and all that, and I can make one easily. But like I did like self-check.
Just need that sugar.
Yeah, I did like self-checkout, and I'm like looking at my receipt at the very end, and I'm like, nope, my stop. I put in my Shop and Stop card. I got the discount for everything else, but I didn't get it for the steak tips. So I went to the customer service desk and I was like, hey, excuse me, like these are on.
Hello, my name is Karen.
I was like, these are on. I wasn't being a Karen. I was just being very nice about it. I was like, look, like these are on sale. Like, and they're like, oh, how much? And I'm like, oh, it was like $5. And they're like, oh, let me go check it out. And I'm like, okay. And I was like, I even was like, oh, maybe I was wrong. Like, you know, being like,
yeah, leave a little bit of room. Just like, I could have messed this up.
I could have looked at the wrong sign. Like, it could have been on me. And she came back and she was like, nope, you were right. I'm just going to refund the full amount for you. So I got free steak tips out of it. So,
hell yeah.
So just be nice to people and maybe you'll get something for free.
Oh, as both of us have semi-customer facing jobs, you work at the zinc mine, and I work at the chalk factory.
Zinc mine.
We our customer facing jobs at the mines are you start to learn how to adeptly deal with customer service facing people, and yeah, it is really funny the number of times I'll be sitting on a phone call with somebody, and just based on the way that they're talking to me, I will make a decision on how helpful I want to be with them.
Yeah, I mean, there are some things that I can make an exception for, and I'll be willing to do it, but there's some things I just can't. Like sometimes people just they come out swinging, and you're sitting there like, I know technically it's part of why I get a paycheck is to help you, but based on the way you're talking to me, I have no interest in doing anything for you. I had, there was 1 week where I think it was like within 24 hours, I had 4 can I speak to the manager calls, because that's who I am. I'm one of the managers. And it got to be the last one. And I'm talking to them and I'm like, no, we can't give you a refund. No, like you can do this. I can offer you this, and I can offer you this. And they were like, no, and kept groveling over it. And I'm just going to say the name. You can just bleep it out.
Oh, that's...
And
yeah, I can see some people throwing fits about the ability to see that particular act.
So he doesn't come to the concerts anymore. He doesn't do anything with them. And they thought that he was going to be at the concert, and I was like, nope, it's clearly advertised. He's not going to be there. And
it's his art, but it's not being done with or by him.
I mean, eventually I was just like, I got fed up with them, and I was like, I said to my manager, I'm like, can you take this? I'm done. I can't.
Yeah.
Like the whole time I was like, dude, he's 92 years old.
Yeah, that's not like
you expect him to stand for 3 hours? Can you imagine any of your family members that old standing for that long doing anything?
I have to stand for essentially 8 hours a day, and at the ripe young age of 30, I still come home most nights and I'm like, please, for the love of God, nobody make me move. I'm done. I don't want to anymore.
Yeah, people are ridiculous.
But that's part of the issue with working at the chalk factory is, Crayola needs their different colors for their street chalk, and I do it for the children. I love that you're loving the Chalk Factory bit. I do have to admit that it's a bit of stolen valor. That comes from my favorite. It comes from my favorite podcast, the almighty Overnight Drive. They have 600 something episodes, and they market themselves as high IQ immaturity. And I think that eventually Dan and I will work long enough, and our psyches will begin to crack just enough that we can start getting into the territory that they occupy. If anybody that listens to this podcast makes a lot of money and wants to outfit us with little like sample pads so that we can do like drive time radio samples and stuff while we have these conversations, I think we would both enjoy it. I would just want to load up like a bay of little like patches and sound samples, so when we have conversations, we can just like while the other person is talking, we can just sit there and hit a button and have it be like I don't know, a lightsaber swooshing, or like the Wilhelm scream. Do you know about the Wilhelm scream, Dan?
This seems like I don't know that one.
You would definitely know it if you heard it.
I probably would.
It's in like a bunch of movies. It's the one where the guy's like, "Ow!"
Yes. Yep, I've seen that. Oh.
We need one of those. We need we need sound effects on the Packy Run. I think that's what I'm getting at. So that'll be among the other changes that are still coming, dear listeners. We're making progress on one, how frequently we're able to do this, and then two, some of the platforms that you'll be able to hear us on and support us on and everything else. We're 2025. We're finally getting to some consistency. Let's go.
Yeah, we're trying. We missed talking about the last preseason game, which didn't go very well. I mean, it was all backups at that point. I was surprised to see some of the players that were going to play in that game. Surprised that we saw a little bit of Kyle Duggar, but he ended up making the team, which was surprising because there's been reports of them trying to trade him. We saw a little bit of Jabril Peppers in that game.
Rest in pepperoni.
Yeah, he's been cut from this team, which was a surprise. There was a couple reports saying that he didn't want to be a backup. He also didn't fit the scheme that Vrabel wanted to run. I mean, even if that's the case, why are you getting? I mean, I'm a little shocked at getting rid of good players. I mean, he did have the off the field issues last season, so maybe that's also playing a factor into that.
Well, I think it had. I think if there's one thing that you can say from Mike Vrabel, from his time as a player all the way up through the vast majority of his coaching career, he is very much an integrity guy.
Yeah.
So I think in the last game of the preseason, I think through those first two games, we had a couple of real standout players that we saw.
Right.
And then those of us that are fans really reinforced that with our fantasy drafts, which we'll get to.
Yeah, we'll have to.
We got... I think that by the time Game 3 of the preseason came around, I think that this team and this coaching staff had a pretty good idea of what they wanted to see out of their 53-man roster, and I think that can't diagnose anybody or get into any of these guys' heads, but it does feel like a Mike Vrabel thing to be able to sit back and be like, all right, we've already got our ideas of where this is going to land. Let's give some of these guys a little bit of extra, B-roll tape. If we're going to start wheeling and dealing, trying to get some trades off, if these guys are going to hit the free agent market, let's get some of these guys some tape that they can at least put on to make a case for themselves. right?
Right. Yeah.
That does seem like a very Mike Vrabel led team thing to do.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't really see a lot out of some of the guys. I mean, but the vets that were cut, for example, like Kendrick Bourne and Jabril Peppers, we already kind of know who they are. They are who they are. Like we know what they see. Like every team can expect what they'll see on tape, pretty much.
And I think both of them are really strong players. I think Peppers surprised me more, just because he was part of these like really staunch defenses that we still managed to put together, even while the rest of the team was kind of flailing.
Right.
But I think behavioral issues and a new head coach that is still arguably a defensive-minded head coach, I think Vrabel kind of saw what he needed to see and what he wanted to see out of other players and said, you know, he has kind of, I know that this is very kind of, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Page 6, kind of drama-y, gossipy.
Yeah.
I think that the actions have spoken pretty loud when it comes to having a Vrabel-led team, that he is actively trying to get rid of a lot of kind of old guard and run this his way.
Right. Yeah.
And I think Peppers ended up being a little bit of a victim of that. You know, we let some things slide with him previously, and now it's like, all right, go ahead. And as far as Kendrick Bourne goes, that one's an easy numbers game. That's just how many friggin' receivers can you have that are all
right.
I mean, Kendrick Bourne didn't have anything that made him any better of a receiver than a Pop Douglas or a Stephon Diggs, or, you know, you got a couple of running backs with hands now too. There's only so much talent that you can keep on a 53-man roster, and Kendrick Bourne he's going to be looking for contract extensions and stuff pretty soon. He's older, and he's not necessarily done anything that makes you go like, oh, that's the guy you need.
Yeah. I mean, he's not a number one. I mean, we have a team full of like number 3 wide receivers. I mean, you got Pop Douglas, you have, Stephon Diggs.
I know that everybody's touting him as number 1, but I'm mostly in agreement with you. That's not, you know,
he's not a number 3. I think he is a low 1 with in a 2. You know what I mean? You have Kayshon Boutte, who he is continually he is improved every single year dramatically. Kyle Williams, who was just drafted, you want to make room for him, and Efton Chisholm. He balled out.
I think the last time that we tried to talk about him and we were recording and ended up getting screwed up. But yeah, the NFL fucked up, dude. For all of you non-Patriots fans that listen, how do you let us get another undrafted 5'10" white receiver that's just twitchy and willing to take big hits?
Yeah.
Why would you hand us on a silver platter another Julian Edelman, Wes Welker, Danny Amendola, Chris Hogan? Why would you let us do this? Have you people not fucking learned by now what happens when we have guys like that on our team?
But it makes all the sense in the world that Kendrick wouldn't be on the team. He was a good Patriot. I mean, Kendrick Bourne kind of represents the down years for this team. I mean,
but he represents I would argue he represents the down years the same way that Cam Newton represents that first year without Brady.
Right.
Where just like decent media personality, he did everything he could in a system that just wasn't built to work for him, wasn't going to work for him, needed to go through some drastic changes. I think Kendrick Bourne, thank you for your service.
I give him more credit than Devontae Parker. I mean,
who?
You know,
I'm sorry, who?
He fucking stunk up the place. I remember what was it? Like it was Belichick's last year. Like I think it was like the fourth or fifth, maybe sixth game in. We were playing against the Raiders, and he had the fucking ball in his hands to catch it, and he made up some dumb excuse of why he couldn't get to it. He was like, "Oh, it was a bad ball," or something like that, and he said it like in a press conference. And I'm like, "Come on, bro, are you fucking kidding me?"
That's not how you do it.
Like, so him and N'Keal Harry they're my shit list.
Just bums.
They're my least favorite Patriot players of all time. I mean, I like every Patriot player, but like they're my least. If someone was like, "Who are your least favorites?" Those two.
Fucking N'Keal Harry. He could have been something.
They shouldn't have drafted him to begin with, but we're not going to get into that.
Or they should have drafted him way later, because I think the entire rest of the league was like, yeah, no.
Well, I mean,
not our guy.
A.J. Brown was like, "Oh, I'm getting picked by the Patriots." Didn't happen. That didn't happen. Yeah, I mean,
sorry, it is Thursday, September 4th, and the first game of the NFL season is upon us. And
oh yeah,
friend of the podcast, Mr. Pat Marr, is trying to get me to leave my house to go watch a game, which I might do. Yeah. Although you got plans tonight too.
Yeah, I'm seeing Somos coming back. Let's talk about this roster. I think what the Giants game kind of proved was this team does not have a lot of depth to it. If we have really bad injury luck, and I mean it happens to every single team.
It does.
I mean, I don't know how this team will be able to put the pieces back together or put it together to like, I mean, one injury on the offensive line, I think that could like sink the whole team. I mean, I think this defense can rock and roll, but there's a lot of inexperience. Craig Woodson, who is now stepping into that starter role instead of Kyle Duggar or Jabril Peppers. What is it going to look like for him? I know that they really like Craig Woodson. Is he going to be a guy that steps up? I'm not sure. I said a little bit ago, 12 and we were going through the schedule, 12-5. I said, I mean, that's what I predicted. I don't know about that. And I also said with a caveat, I think it would be more like 10-7. I'm starting to question 10-7 as well. I'm starting to say more like 7-10, 8-9. I'm starting to temper those expectations just a little bit, especially since like other teams are looking at this team as not a good team.
I'm still rocking the 10-7 train. I think that the intangibles are there for a lot of this team, this coaching staff, and God damn it, I still believe in RKK. I still think that we have an owner who's a fan of the team first and a businessman second, and
right.
I think that he, despite some missteps and some weirdness, with what I think was very clearly his son trying to make some moves, especially in the media space, I think that this team still has some intangibles that are going to make them just more powerful the more the season goes on. And I believe in I believe in Drake May. And if you'll indulge me for a second, let me just load this up real quick.
That is like the one guy that needs to make a big step up this year. He has to make a big step up this year. Otherwise it's all going to be bad.
I believe that. Yeah, we are aligned on that for sure. I put out because I knew that we were going to be recording this afternoon, I did put out on Instagram at Packy Run Pod, for those of you paying attention. I put out the call for questions for a little bit of a mailbag. We got one response because we're a tiny podcast, so tell a friend.
True.
We got one response, and not the person that I thought we were going to be. Definitely wasn't in the top 20 that I thought we'd be hearing from.
Okay.
But I think we can now call him friend of the podcast, Mr. Connor Vargo.
Okay.
A friend of ours from college. We did Model UN together.
For sure.
Certifiable good dude. I've moved to his neck of the woods and still haven't seen him, but I'm sure that now that sports season is fully in swing, that's going to change. Connor Vargo writes in and says, Drake May, top 5 QB.
Not right now. I mean,
But could he be?
could he be? I mean, that's a tough list to get into because, I mean, right off the bat, you have Lamar, Patrick, Josh Allen, and Burrow. Like, those 4. Like, right off the rip.
Right off the rip, yeah.
And then I think there's a debate on who you could do or who you could add for the 5th spot. Some would say like Herbert. I don't know about that.
Jaden Daniels. Still a little early to tell.
I think that's a little premature. I think he has a chance. I mean, some people have said Matthew Stafford. I don't know about that either.
Yeah.
Like when I think of like that 5th quarterback, I don't want to say Brock Purdy. Like Jordan.
No, but
Jordan Love hasn't proven anything to me. I guess we could.
The same thing that counts against Stafford is the same thing that's in the con column for Matt Stafford goes into the pro column for Brock Purdy, and that's the Cinderella story. You know, Stafford just middling on the Lions for years and years and years, turns around, goes to the Rams, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, we have to. Especially the national media. We all knew here on, ESPN's fucking clown show, whatever we're calling ourselves. we knew that Matt Stafford always had it. And, it was just those damn Lions. They were keeping him down. And then as Dan throws things across the room.
Yeah, right.
Brock Purdy was the same thing. How could they ever have not known that this guy was, he was just sleeping there the entire time, and everybody was supposed to know that he. We say it every time we talk about the draft, like it's all a crapshoot. It's meh, and these seasons are long, and there's many, many layers to these teams. It's hard to judge quarterbacks even when they make it to NFL rosters, but.
I think he has a chance to be a top 5 quarterback. I don't think it will happen. I mean, I don't think it will happen this year. I think he has the possibility. Like, I'm not ruling it out.
You don't think the magic of Taylor Swift playing the Super Bowl at his home stadium is going to elevate him?
Who, Brock Purdy? I was talking about...
Stafford?
No, I was talking about Drake May. Like...
Oh, okay.
I was going back to May. I mean, I think he has...
God, imagine a Super Bowl at Gillette Stadium.
That'd be...
The misery that so many people would endure, but how fun would like a mid-February just slog through a New England winter be to watch?
I mean...
Especially if it was like 2 warm weather teams that just don't... The only thing that I would like to see more than the Patriots win another Super Bowl, especially because I want to slap you, Jesse. I know you're listening. The only thing that I would love to see more than another Patriots Super Bowl would be to watch 2 warm weather teams make it to the Super Bowl and then have to fight it out at like Gillette or Orchard Park or something, like just a cold, sloppy Super Bowl between 2 teams that don't do that.
I mean, the most northern Super Bowl, I mean outside, because Minnesota doesn't count because that's inside.
And because the Patriots lost that one.
Right. New York. Remember that one year they had it in New York City? Where like MetLife? That was recent. That was like I want to say 2013? Yeah, 2013.
I was going to say that was before we were in college.
Yeah, Seattle and the Broncos.
Oh, yes. Yep. I remember. Yep.
Yeah.
I remember that one. But still, Seattle isn't necessarily known for being, the most temperate climate. Denver, you're playing at Mile High Stadium. You got even that is like, those teams can make something work.
Yeah, they can.
But like a Gillette Stadium Super Bowl between like I don't know,
like Miami,
Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay or Miami, and like an LA team, and like, welcome to New England, you bitches. see what you're really made of. I think that would be so much fun. It would be kind of like an NHL Winter Classic, but as the event of the year, the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The Ice Bowl, the Slush Bowl, knowing that area of Massachusetts.
Oh yeah, especially in February.
That'd be so much fun. Which, speaking of slush and ice,
yeah.
Unless you've got another big point to make with the end of the preseason.
I think fans temper your expectations. Also, Raiders are
over my dead body, Dan.
Also, the Raiders are a pretty good team. They're not someone to be overlooking. They do have some good players like Brock Bowers, and Geno Smith is not a slouch himself. I mean, Pete Carroll's still a good coach.
Hashtag bring Jacoby back.
Whatever.
I kid. We don't
bullshit. We Brady magic has, like Brady has some sort of bullshit, and it's the same bullshit that works with Patrick Mahomes. So
it's true.
I mean, we've been the beneficiaries of Brady's bullshit.
Yes, we have, and now we got a little piece of it cast in bronze just outside of Gillette.
Yes.
Come and get it, Jets fans.
Oh, I hate the Jets.
Everybody does. It's so great. But anyway, I will not be tempering expectations. I think my expectations are halfway reasonable. Talk to me in a couple of weeks. We'll find out. The same way that no less than 3 people in our fantasy football league who flamed me for taking Travion Henderson as my second pick at running back. No less than 3 people in the league have turned around and have mentioned or have overtly offered trades for him.
You know what's funny?
Your boy might have done something right.
I was going to I was just going to see what your reaction would have been if you were sitting next to me and I offered you a trade request for him.
I wasn't going to throw you under the bus, but you were one of the 3. Because I
haven't even offered anything.
I knew
yet.
that you were thinking.
I haven't even.
I know you didn't offer, but you've already talked about it.
I thought about it. I was like,
I think there's a reason why my nickname in the Discord chat is the Mayor, and I think it's because I'm more in control than anybody really wants me to be. And you know what? That's a little bit of my ego sleeping through, and fuck you, deal with it. Anyway, I was talking about ice and slush and New England in the winter and the crappy season. The Patriots debuted some new threads since the last time we recorded. I'm a big fan. I'm not paying the $200, $300 or whatever that they want for those jerseys. But I will put one in my cart and think really hard about pissing my money away on it.
I will say this. This is my philosophy when it comes to jerseys. They have to be an all-time great on the team, and or they've had to have played for the team for like 10 years, something like that.
Yeah.
Nobody on this current team comes close.
I'm all right with that.
And because, I mean, like, you're talking about like $100 jersey. I'm not paying that. Like, I'm not.
Oh, for one of these rivalries jerseys.
I haven't even looked at the price.
Oh, you're dropping.
I'm just like,
after shipping, you're at a minimum probably $300.
$300.
I'm calling it. I haven't actually looked, but knowing the way that the rest of the Fanatics lineup looks when they're doing, specialty jerseys and stuff like that, it's going to be like $250 baseline, and that's for like the screen printed, like plasticky ones. If you want to get an actual jersey, you're probably shelling out over $300 to get it delivered at your door. Crappily, might I say, because Fanatics is A, terrible, and B, terrible.
They're bad.
Dude, Fanatics sucks. There's nothing more. There's as much as I have disliked the NHL in the past year, especially because the Bruins have been like spectacularly bad. Far and away, even worse than the Bruins being bad is watching live broadcasts of NHL games and seeing the Fanatics logo on the back of official player-worn jerseys. Fanatics is a terrible company whose money I would gladly take because we talk a lot about sports. So the newest sponsor of the Packy Run is Fanatics Sportswear. Give me free shit.
Yeah, right. I mean, they also just bought Topps, like the card company, and now they're monopolizing all the card, like baseball cards, basketball cards, football cards, like that kind of shit.
It's like watching Live Nation in real time. Because we grew up,
Yes.
I would argue that you and I grew up with Ticketmaster, but like watching Live Nation become the number one proprietor of land in this country has just been depressing. And now we're just watching that with sports. Like, where's the Fanatics sports book? Actually, I
think they do have a sports
bet
book.
it already exists. I was just going to say, oh, that's
I think it does.
horrendous. Fuck every part of that. Oh.
Patriots new jerseys. I like them. I think they're great.
I was concerned.
Some people don't like that storm blue. I mean, it's different. I
was worried because when they were like leaking the concepts and stuff, it looked a lot like UNC Tar Heel blue. And maybe we can touch on a little bit of that whatever's going on in North Carolina. But
dude, I don't care about it.
You and I,
I'm just gonna.
You and I are Bill Burr in this situation. We, but the like mock-ups that I saw and stuff, I was like, I don't. The same way that I hate any team that does all white, right? Like those. I know a lot of people go crazy. I think it's it's Cincinnati. It's the Bengals. The Bengals have an all white that have like the tiger stripes and stuff, and you look like you're wearing pajamas, dude. I never really felt that way about the navy blues, the color rush, and the first couple of years of the new Patriots uniforms. I never hated the navy blue, but the all white always looked terrible. Like there should be an offset between the pants and the shirt. But anytime
I know that you, well, in that case, you probably don't like the Buffalo Bills jerseys then.
I really, really like the shoulder patches. I'll give them that. The icy, like plasticky ice kind of buffalo on the side. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, all whites or muted colors in the NFL always just seem stupid because some of the best jerseys and the ones that are most universally beloved by football fans in general are like the red, white, and blue Pat Patriot, the old style, like the really deep teal and orange Miami Dolphins, the creamsicle.
Those are great.
The creamsicle Tampa Bay, some of the older with the really bright orange and really bright blue Denver Broncos. Like there's a
I like the Kelly green.
Eagles
jerseys.
bright Kelly green Eagles jerseys. Like those are
sick.
Those are like beloved uniforms. So anytime that they mute the colors like this storm blue, generally speaking, I don't like those. But the way the shoulder striping, I wish that it was red instead of the navy blue in the middle. I want like a little bit more red on these new Patriots jerseys. But the storm blue to match like the coastline nor'easter kind of feel, the iced out just gray and blue Pat the Patriot on the helmets with the white helmet. Like they are
white helmet is nice.
They look intimidating. They're really nice. The striping is kind of like more nautical in the way that it tapers. The storm blue with the white pants, the red stars, I think it's not enough red, and it's a stupid way to incorporate the red, I think, but it kind of works. I'm very excited to see them wear that and to see what the score bug looks like color wise. And I don't know, New Jerseys always get me excited. New Jersey never gets me excited because fuck the Garden State Parkway. Yeah. But New Jerseys, New Jerseys are cool, and I think the final product. Oh my God, the most important part.
Yes,
the numbers.
The 90s throwback numbers.
People have been dying for the 90s throwback jerseys, and I know that at some point in the next couple of years they're probably coming. But the fact that they incorporated the slanted font for the numbers like the old Flying Elvis jerseys from the 90s, it works for the overall look of the thing, especially with the streamlined shoulder stripes and everything else. Some of the details, like some of the netting or webbing that's reminiscent of the lighthouse and the fisherman Massachusetts kind of theme.
Yeah.
Like the slanted 90s numbers work so well. And I called it before the Patriots even posted like all the detail points of the jersey on Instagram. They made the initial announcement, and it was one of the first things I texted you. I was like, yo, they brought the 90s numbers back. Like, that shit is cool. It's so cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people wanted something reminiscent of the Pat the Patriot, like the red jerseys. I have no problem with these jerseys. It's a cool new look, honestly. Yeah, I have no complaints about them. I think they look fantastic. I can't wait to see them put those on. Some of the other ones that are notable, I really like Buffalo's new, like those rivalry jerseys are really sick. The cold front. I'm not sure.
We get it.
I'm not sure how I feel about black for the Miami Dolphins. I think
it's a real stupid idea for a warm weather team, and also you can tell that they were close to doing the Miami Vice thing. They were close to the neon color kind of deal that the Heat have done in the past and stuff like that.
And those look awesome. Like the Miami Heat, like Miami Vice jerseys look awesome.
The Miami Dolphins ones are like, you could tell that that's where they took their initial inspiration from, and then they just didn't go far enough.
The Jets with the Gotham City.
The manhole cover pattern is cool, and the like just this side of black, like gray, smoky kind of deal. I get what they were going for. I don't think they necessarily hit the same way that like I said, I hate all white, but the Buffalo ones make sense. Like, welcome to Orchard Park. You're going to freeze your ass off.
Oh, yeah.
The Patriots one is like, taking it from the coastline and the idea of the lighthouse at Gillette Stadium and everything else. Okay. Like I get what you're going for. I like it. I think the Patriots knocked it out of the park, taking a theme that nobody was necessarily like associating this team with and doing something with it. I think that's cool. The Jets one is like, okay, Gotham City, we get it. But they do like, they were going for like the dirt and grime of the city, and they look dirty and not in the good way. It's kind of indicative
New York
of the
City
Jets
is
as
dirty.
yeah, but it's also kind of like indicative of the Jets as a whole. Like, just you're capable of doing things right, and you still manage to fuck it up.
Arizona's, I like it. Like, you got the Arizona flag on the sleeve. It kind of looks like it's been through the desert, which it goes into that theme.
Here's my here's my hot take.
I like these jerseys. Yeah.
My hot take, Arizona's are the best of all of them. And I get that the meme and the joke is that everybody's like, oh, it looks like a tortilla. Kind of. But it also like, you ever seen a sandblasted guitar? You ever seen like sandblasted? It's so desert. It's perfect for that team.
It's really cool.
Like Kyler Murray sitting at 5'10", just slinging rocks around in those jerseys. I'll watch those games for sure.
Let me see. The Rams, interesting. I mean, what was that, black or dark blue? I can't tell.
It's black it's black with like the royal blue and yellow accents
like shoulder
on it.
Pads. I do like those. I like the helmets with the black and yellow, like that kind of like pops.
Yeah, it's reminiscent of their throwbacks, like the ones that they wore in the Super Bowl against us. There's nothing really special about this design except for the fact that they went for kind of like the blackout for like LA Knights kind of deal.
Right.
I like those ones a lot. They are hard. There's nothing super special about them though. Like the color scheme definitely works for them, and they pull off the black, I think, a lot better than Miami. But it doesn't.
Then another black jersey, 49ers.
The 49ers one is the most confusing of all of them. The 49ers already have a blackout jersey, and can you tell the difference? I think there might be a little bit more maybe there's some more gold there or something, but like it just looks like their blackout jersey.
Yeah, I mean, different font on the numbers, which I don't know how I feel about the font. Like, I feel like I would get that font from like the Saints, not the 49ers.
I think it's almost throwback-ish, but it's not. The thing with all of the rest of them, like the top three of these rivalries jerseys.
Right.
Patriots, Arizona, Bills. And all three of them really just dug in. They were like, well, we're going to go with a theme, and our theme is going to be like our region, our park, this is the kind of football team we are. And in those three cases, the Patriots with like the nor'easters coming, it's all nautical and sailing and, weathering the storm, and that works. Orchard Park, playoff football, like Buffalo is cold and icy and the fans show up to shovel the snow out of the seats and we're going to go iced out. That works. You go to play Arizona, it's dry and it's desert and there's sand and there's sandstorms, and we are a product of all three of those jerseys work for the theme that they're going for.
Right.
The 49ers got nothing. Nominally you're San Francisco. There's no big theme there. It would have been way cooler. You play in Levi's Stadium, like a denim pattern, like a jeans kind of like old working man fucking sourdough Sam off to the gold mines kind of thing, like a working man kind of deal. Like I said, the Jets were on theme too. It's kind of gross and just reminds you of the worst parts of New York, but they were on theme. Like they look dirty. You tell me that
reading what it says for San Francisco. It says celebrating the fateful while honoring the iconic oval. That is fresh take on the 49ers uniform starts at the top and is part of mining a modern era approach to style and success under the lights of Levi Stadium. Yeah, I mean, it's just a bunch of buzzwords. I do like the gold on the face mask. Like, that's really cool.
Oh, I
just wish there was a little bit more gold in this.
And don't get me wrong, like the 49ers playing in black jerseys with the red and gold tint, like the features and stuff. And even the standard home and away jerseys for the 49ers, like they have one of the best jerseys in the NFL.
Oh, absolutely.
The thing is that like you had the whole idea of the rivalries uniform is that you're doing something kind of special and regional, and it's about your region and your hometown and representing, you know, your stadium, your home. And the 49ers one just doesn't do anything.
Yeah. I mean, the Seahawks kind of they put a little bit more effort into there.
They still I forgot about the Seahawks ones too. I'm disappointed in those. But I also don't like any Seahawks jerseys.
I mean, I like the old throwbacks from like the 90s that they've started to wear.
Even those ones, like
I like those ones.
The Seahawks just reek of this like late 90s, like I don't know how to describe it. Seahawks jerseys are the NFL jersey equivalent of like a Toyota Camry. Like
go on.
They're perfectly serviceable, like fine looking NFL jerseys. They don't look like anything. They don't represent anything. It's just like, yeah, there's some cool lines, and you can tell that the design of them is made so that they're well made.
Right. Yeah.
But you don't pass a Toyota. A Toyota Camry doesn't pass you on the highway, and you're like, oh, what's that car? You're just kind of like, and there's another one. I've been driving for 10 minutes and I've seen 45 of those. Great.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I'm trying to think of something cool to say about these. I like the helmet color. I think that's really cool. I can't really see what the numbers look like. Looks like it's kind of like has like a little like pattern or like some texture in there. So that's kind of cool.
Oh, the shoulders shoulders have like a whole like Airstream kind of. Again, it might be the Seattle connection.
It probably is.
But like,
and we just don't know it enough to make a comment.
Kind of. But like, when's the last time you used a Windows computer? Like something running Windows.
This guy?
Yeah, you got one right there. Okay.
I use it every day. It's not my first choice. But it's my work computer for a reason.
But
it's like super cheap and it's
Windows
$200.
And seen like some of the animations and the things that go into making whatever the Windows operating system is, and you're like, you could have just opened a window. Like Mac has plenty of that kind of stuff too, but it always seems like it seems intentional, and it seems like designed to draw your eye in, and you don't think about the animation of like, I clicked on this app and it opened up.
Yeah.
And then you get a Windows machine where you open up an application and you're sitting there and you're like, why did you just waste, you know, half a second or a full second of my time with this whole animation for? That's also what all of Seattle's uniforms look like. Like this navy blue with the striking lime green, and like you're trying to look slick, but you're trying too hard. Like just
half of these impressed me. Half of these I was just kind of I'm like meh towards. I'm excited to see which ones get dropped next season.
that's
That's what I'm looking forward to.
the Seattle jerseys remind me a little bit too much of. Weirdly enough, the Seattle rivalries jerseys remind me of the Tennessee Titans, where they're trying real hard with the font to get it pointy like the sword because they're the Titans.
Yeah.
And
I kind of see that.
we're looking at, come on, they're football jerseys, and the whole thing about the rivalries is like the city that you're in. What does the airstream effect on the Seattle shoulders have to do with Seattle? What does having the sword points on the shoulders on the Titans jersey have to do with the fact that you play in Nashville? It makes no sense. It's yeah, I forgot about the Seattle ones until you mentioned it, and yeah, I remember watching through all like the announcement videos on Twitter that each team did, and I was like, okay, so we've got 3 clear winners. We've got Miami, who could have been an all-time jersey.
Yeah.
If they had really, really done the Miami Vice thing, Miami could have knocked it out of the park. And instead it's like, so you got blackouts and you did some of the neon? Kind of?
You're right.
Like you just did, the whole point was leaning into the theme and you didn't.
I love black jerseys. Like,
oh,
don't get me
the
wrong.
Commanders blackouts
Like,
are awesome.
Like I love a black jersey. I like the old Falcons black jerseys. I like the Saints black jerseys. I like the Ravens black jerseys. I think the Eagles even have a black jersey, and it's like, I don't know. Like the Raiders always have a good jersey. Like it's just black, and I enjoy that. Not every team needs a black jersey.
Not every team.
Not every team.
But you could see,
Not
like,
every team
even
needs one.
I know the Patriots don't have one, but they would have a monster of one with the red, white, and blue. Like red, white, and blue shoulder stripes with an all black.
They don't need one.
They don't need one, but it could, like, even they could do something cool with the red, white, and blue theme. Like all black with Pat the Patriot and red, white, and blue stripes on the shoulders and on the pants. You could make that work. Yeah. Miami was designed for an all black jersey with like really flashy colors all over it, like full Miami Vice, and they just bailed on the concept.
Yeah, I can kind of see it.
If I had better Photoshop skills, I would post one on the Instagram and just be like, "Here's my proof of concept. Hire me, hire me,
Yeah,
Patriots."
I'm okay with, for Boston sports, I'm okay with the Bruins black jerseys because I mean that's a classic. I'm okay with the Celtics black jerseys. I think
Celtics
those
black
look
jerseys
awesome.
go hard. You won't catch me in one, but when they wear the black with the green lettering and the like white outlines, it's they look dangerous.
They look fantastic. Red Sox will never have a black jersey, and that's okay.
Red Sox don't need a black jersey.
They don't need one. I speaking of jerseys, I do like those Green Monster jerseys. I know that's very divisive.
I remember when they got announced, and the only person that had something negative to say was my mother.
Really?
And she had a negative reaction the same way that I had a negative reaction to the City Connects, the yellow and blues, because it didn't land for her when they first announced them. It was like the City Connect and it's all green. And I remember texting my mom and dad, and both me and my dad were like, "Oh, that's money we don't need to spend, but we kind of want to spend it." And my mom was like, "I don't get it. I'm not sure I really love the green." And it wasn't until both of us were like, what do you
It's the Green Monster.
What do you mean you don't love the green? Look at the font. Look at the color. It's the Green Monster. And she goes, "Oh." It was like me a couple of years ago where I was like, okay, the City Connect is yellow and like baby blue. What the hell is this? Like, what does this have to do with the Red Sox? And then people looked at me cross-eyed. They were like, it's the fucking Marathon colors, you idiot. I was like, oh, okay.
I will say this. I've never cared for the yellow City Connects, but those green ones.
The green ones are so sick. Watching. There was like a compilation on TikTok like 3 or 4 days ago of some of the walk-off homers that they've hit while they're wearing the green ones. Oh, it's fall baseball time.
I was getting out of work at the Royale, and there's a really good bar downtown.
Oh, I'm sorry. You dropped something over there. Wait,
what?
You dropped a name right over there. Here, let me pick it up for you.
It's okay. I can drop that name at least.
No, it's cool. It's cool. I'm an aging hardcore kid. I'm in my 30s and I work at the Royale. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
My name's Dan.
So
my name's Dan Mayotte. Nice to meet you. I'm a scene legend.
All right. Okay. We get it. Okay. Anyways, there's a really just like there's an awesome dive bar downtown called the Tam. That place is fantastic. And I just was chilling after I was like, I don't feel like going home yet. I'm going to drink a beer at the bar, and like I'm watching the Sox game, drinking my beer, and like, yeah, I see like a nice walk off while they're wearing those jerseys. And I was like, as soon as I saw that, I was like, okay, time to probably get on the train so I can.
Yeah.
I'm a couple stops ahead of it, so like I wouldn't necessarily hit that traffic, but you know what I mean. Like,
yeah, you got some. You got a little bit of a ways to go. I was out not that far from. I was not that far from you this past week. I did get the honor of hitting the green line.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of sad news in Packy Run world. Poor little Fenway. My little puppy from October 2008 to August 2025. R.I.P. to a good boy. He was the best boy. And to friend of the podcast, Mr. Brad Tuller. He was Pugsley. You were there for that too. Yeah, so I was briefly home to get through some arrangements when it came to all that, but I did get to see you and the lovely Justine down on the Cape.
Yes. Shout out. Yep.
That's where we got our steak tips that Dan so graciously put together that were awesome. We did some fantasy football stuff. We had
Yeah, Travion Henderson in the second round. I mean, that wasn't even the worst pick of the night.
Oh, no. Most of the worst picks of the night. Here, we're just going to go into the roast corner here for a second. Our commissioner, the lovely and magnanimous and beautiful, sexy, magnificent man, Sean Harkins.
Why are you giving him so many compliments?
Because I'm about to call him the world's stupidest person. Sean, this, dear listeners, is what it sounded like. We were sitting at Dan's girlfriend's parents' place down on the Cape, watching this draft unfold. Dan with the number 1 overall pick in a snake draft, which sucks. You still managed.
I did pretty well.
You put together a pretty decent team. I put together a very young, which I've been flamed for already, but I put together a pretty decent team. I think my odds are pretty good. Our dear commissioner, Mr. Sean Harkins, shit-faced in Washington, D.C., which is a whole story in itself. He was supposed to surprise me until I found out about the whole Fenway thing. Sean was in D.C. so that we would have a war room for fantasy football, Sean had clearly been drinking all day, and his team shows it. He
Yes,
was
it does.
out of his mind.
I'm like looking at the draft results already.
I think you and I did pretty well. I think there's like four really like pretty well balanced teams. I've got some questions because of the youth on my roster, but I think overall I've got some good bargaining value if I need to make moves as well. There's a couple of teams in this 10-team league that are like, you're done before this has even begun.
I mean, there were defenses picked in the 11th round.
Was it the Patriots defense? Who was the first Patriots player? Because it's a bit in our league that I'm a big homer and I pick a lot of Patriots players. There was a run in that like 11th round where it was like over 8 picks, 5 or 6 of them were all Patriots players or the Patriots defense that I was planning on taking anyway. There was a fuck AJ round in our draft.
Yeah, there was. I mean, you were the first person to pick a Patriots player.
Travion Henderson. I stand
and
by
I was
it.
like, I was like, I'm not picking him in the second round. I mean, I even if he was there in the second round, I wouldn't have picked him.
My big thing on that one was that in 4 or 5 years of being in this league, I've basically auto drafted my first pick.
Right.
Like whoever has the most upside, wide receiver or running back. And then my second round pick has always been, I want to secure my quarterback before anybody else, because that goes against the way that most people think about fantasy football. So this year I was like, no, I need to secure my running back room.
Yeah. That's a good call. That is.
So my first overall was Saquon, I think. Saquon Barkley.
No, you got Jahmyr Gibbs.
My first overall was Jahmyr. Oh, yes. Jahmyr
Which
Gibbs.
is a good call.
Right off the rip. And then as the snake came back around, I was like, no, you know what? I think I'm going to go with a high upside rookie. I'm going to take another running back, and I'm going to make sure that nobody else can steal this kid from under me.
Fair enough. If he was there in the 4th round, that would have been my pick.
Now, the downside of that was that we went on a quarterback run a little bit earlier than I thought that this league was going to, and that screwed me out of trying to get Josh Allen because he had me in the championships like 2 years in a row. But Jaden Daniels is nothing to scoff at, and
no. I mean, I got Baker in the 7th. That's pretty good.
You got Baker pretty late.
Yeah, I was like, I can't believe he's here.
Take it.
Yeah, exactly. And he was one of my best players last year. So I was like, I know what I'm getting.
He's done good for me too. Yeah, I don't remember.
I have the full draft up right now. So with my first pick, I did Jamar Chase, clear cut number 1.
Yeah, 1 of 1. How can you not?
1 of 1. Yeah. It's funny because right when I didn't waste any time picking him,
No, you were. That was the quickest. That was the quickest 1 of 1 I think we've seen in this league.
I mean, there's some debate. I was like, should I go with Bijan Robinson? Should I go with Saquon? I just, because I mean, there is a big drop off when it comes to running backs.
Yeah.
In the league, like in the league, especially in the NFL. So I was like, you know what? I'll get my top wide receiver, and then the next round. So I had second round, 10th pick, Drake London. So locked up my receiver core, and then Kyron Williams. Dude is solid. He was 3rd for running backs. So I was like, I think he's going to be solid again. I can trust it.
Yeah.
Chuba Hubbard in the 4th. And then I had Marvin Harrison. So a nice little flex right there. This is the one that I was really stoked on. And I think this guy is going to break out completely this year. Ricky Pearsall from the San Francisco 49ers. I think he's going to... I think he's going to be... I don't want to jinx anything, but I think he could potentially be the steal of this draft when it all comes done, when it's all said and done. Then Baker, and then let me see. We got Tyron Tracy from the Giants. He should be their starting running back. He should be pretty good. I always like to get rookie tight ends. I don't know. I've always had really good luck. Last year I had Brock Bowers. The year before that I had Sam Laporta. And both of those guys did very well for me. I think Daniel Jones is going to rely heavily on the tight end this year. I think he's going to be a good pick. I got Keon Coleman, who there's reports saying that he's going to be a top wide receiver for the Buffalo Bills. Jonnu Smith from the Steelers, he for whatever reason, he gets the most. There's a meme in like the NFL world where like if he's in an Arthur Smith system, he's the most targeted weapon. And that is like the offensive coordinator for Pittsburgh. So I'll go for the meme. Then I got Drake May.
Stole my backup.
Drake May is going to be a good backup, I think. 12th round, you can't go wrong with a backup like him. Vikings for defense, and then rookie kicker for the Baltimore, which I took the most amount of time on on purpose. Yeah. Tyler Loop. That is my team.
It's my first round, Jahmyr Gibbs, followed by my second pick, Travion Henderson. As we came back in the third, went with A.J. Brown from Philadelphia. 4th round, I picked Jaden Daniels because it looked like there was going to be a little bit of a quarterback run. And like I said, I was trying to snag Josh Allen. Waited a little bit too long because I needed a wide receiver. So on the way back, I grabbed Travis Hunter, which will be super interesting because how are they going to account for points if he does end up playing defensive back as well as wide receiver? It could be sneaky good, or he plays for Jacksonville, so there's a decent possibility that his season is meh.
Right.
On the way back, I decided to go on a little bit of a veteran presence run, grab myself DK Metcalf and then Travis Kelce.
They're good locker room guys. They're going to coach up those guys.
I needed a couple of locker room guys.
Yeah, you needed
on my
some
fantasy
people
team.
coaching
DK
up
Metcalf and Travis Kelce. Neither of whom I'm expecting to be particularly great, but they have been great in the past. And, now that Travis is all wifed up, maybe he's got something to fight for. And I just realized that the Kelce pick came right after Patrick Mahomes, which is just perfect. Williams out of Detroit as another really wide receiver. Bijan.
He's going to have a good year, I think. I think
he's got some upside. I've seen some chatter. I've seen some chatter about him on the social medias. Bijan Robinson out of San Francisco. Another Brian Robinson, my bad.
Oh, Brian.
Oh, that's why his nickname is Dijon. Dumb. Shakir out of Buffalo. David Njoku out of Cleveland as another tight end who's actually my starting tight end this week because we gotta see what's going on with Travis. My defense is going to be the Eagles, which fuck the Eagles, but they do have a really good defense and they haven't had that much turnover. So Defense wins championships.
Yeah.
Fine. I got the kicker out of Tampa Bay, who I don't really know that much about, but I know that Tampa Bay's got a solid squad, and they're not going to have a schlub at kicker, I don't think. And then my
Probably
my
not.
last pick was picking up Mr. Irrelevant, Mr. Brock Purdy, as a little bit of insurance.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, I like your team. I like Travis Hunter is an I'm curious what he's going to look like or what he's going to be a part of.
I think that the chaos of him as far as fantasy is concerned is super interesting. Like,
Yeah.
how
It's intriguing.
how is he going to factor into point systems is the real question.
No, you're totally right.
Because he could. Can you imagine how mad this group of 10 people is going to be if he's getting individual points for playing on both sides of the ball, and they're just like, well, the only reason why he was able to beat so many teams is, meh, it was, it's a cheat code, meh.
It's like folks who had Taysom Hill like a few years
Yeah.
ago. Like Taysom Hill was kind of like a cheat code for like, they're like, oh, like he's a tight end, but he also plays quarterback and he also runs. So like,
So the points just stack
He just-
on themselves. Crazy.
yeah, you would get crazy points.
Yeah, it could be really fun to watch. There's a specific couple of people, including our dear commissioner in this league, that will 100% lose sleep if it turns out that Travis Hunter is a cheat code like that.
I'm surprised Efton Chisholm was picked in this draft.
I'm not, because I made the mistake of fucking talking to multiple people about it. So I saw him go and I was like, God damn it.
Also, like, I'm sorry. Like, I like the Patriots defense. I don't know if I would pick them in fantasy necessarily.
It's done well for me
mean,
for
like-
years. And again, there was a whole round of this draft that was literally just everybody dogpiled on me. Everybody was like, oh, everybody that we think that AJ is going to pick, we're definitely
Right.
going to turn around and pick. It was,
Stephon Diggs in the 9th round is a pretty good value.
that's really great value.
Like,
And another one who I was thinking of, because I knew that he was going to fall pretty low. I don't think all the way to the 9th. I was
Yeah.
thinking more like 6th or 7th rounds. But yeah, he just kept falling, and somebody picked him up.
is what it is.
An absolute misery. But that we'll find out. It starts tonight.
It starts tonight. Cowboys, Eagles. I got the Eagles winning this one.
I think-
They're going to miss Mike. I think the Cowboys are going to miss Micah Parsons. That was a crazy trade that
Insane
happened.
trade.
Like, you just somebody was like somebody showed like a clip of like what are two clips that are the same. It was like Jerry Jones trying to like explain the trade, like of like he's like, oh well, these two first round picks could be future Pro Bowl players, and then it like panned to like a Family Guy clip, and it was like Peter Griffin being like, well, this could be a boat, but it could also, like, we also don't have a box. The box could be anything.
Quick to the Peter copter.
Oh,
To the
man.
Peter ring.
It's an all-time terrible trade by the Cowboys, and I'm okay
I'm
with
okay
it.
with it. They're
Fuck the Cowboys.
are terrible. So bad.
And you got the Eagles as well.
I'm hoping, like I said, defense wins championships, and they haven't had that much turnover, so we'll see if I start streaming defenses. I really hope that I don't end up in that position.
Right?
But fantasy football, the
Nothing
fun part
worse.
about fantasy football is the draft and talking about the draft, and then the season starts and you just hate yourself.
Yeah.
until
Dude, you just got to develop those guys, man.
Yeah,
you just gotta you gotta have a strong veteran presence.
No, I've got veteran presence on my team. I've got locker room guys.
That's so funny.
I didn't even know my microphone was on when I said that out loud. I drafted Travis Kelce and I was like, yeah, I just need some veteran presence on this team. And the entire room just exploded. Oh, so dumb.
So dumb.
What are you gonna do? We'll find out tonight, and we'll get back to you with the results next week, I guess.
Yeah.
See if I can get my veterans to say the right thing.
Yeah, motivate Travion Henderson and just.
That was a pretty good gaffe on your boys' front.
Yeah.
Hey. All right. What else? What else do we have? What else do we have for this week? Anything?
I got nothing else. I think I'm chatted out.
Unfortunately, I
don't know about you.
I would go for another hour. The only issue is that I'm living in a place that has window AC units, and I'm staring at one right now that's right next to my whole recording setup, and it's off, and the humidity's starting to creep in. So now I'm sweaty. I wanna get to editing.
Oh yeah, that would do it.
Yeah. Anything to plug? Anything else? Anybody? Shout outs? Anything for tonight?
Shout out Fenway. You're a good boy.
Best pest.
Rest in peace. Please check us out on Instagram and Twitter, or X as Elon calls it, I guess. Packer Run Pod. Check me out on Instagram, Mandayot, and AJ is AJ's Not Home. That's all I got.
And I'm going to. I don't really want to go out, but it is the first night of official live action football, so I'm going to go watch some football. You're going to go see Somos, and actually, Somos has a couple of songs that I really like. That's probably going to be the outro music. That's going to be what I plug in here.
Yeah, listen to Somos.
Listen to Somos, great band, produced by Jay Moss from Defeater, if I recall correctly.
I think so.
Well, at least one of the records was. Well, enjoy your show, bro.
Enjoy the game.
Hell yeah. And check us out on all the things, Instagram, Twitter, packyrunpod@gmail.com if you want to send us hate mail.
Or have questions.
If you don't feel like, if you really want to sign your name, if you want to sign it, if you want to write us a letter, I guess you can do that too. We'll be around next week with some, hopefully some Patriots analysis, and we'll get into, I keep saying that we're going to get into more music stuff, but it's football season, so fuck you. We're having fun.
Yeah. It's our podcast. We'll talk about whatever we want to talk about.
It's the entire point.
Got it?
What do you want for nothing? You ungrateful fucking guy. I love you all. Thank you for listening.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Peace.
Like a stranger